Hi there, welcome to the Perfume Experience. My name is Rodney and we are back again with another video. This time we are going to do a review. So we're going to review a new fragrance house that has been making rounds of recently for their wonderful creativity in terms of their fragrance bottles. I'm talking about the eZe Fragrances. So I got this discovery set last week and there are 4 fragrances that I've been trying out for the last few days. So just to give you a look, that's the discovery set. And let's quickly open them up and show them out to you. Right. So I got this discovery set last week and I've been wearing them a few times, and I want to now review with you to let you know whether these are original or these are blends or these are inspired versions or these are clones. So let's get started. So this particular discovery set has got 4 fragrances. So these are basically Surge, Elation, Nomad and ID. Okay. Now if you look at the box, you can also see very closely that there is a color combination to each one of them, and that actually is quite interesting. It plays as a very subtle clue to what these are. Now when I wear these and when I have smelled these, one thing is very clear. There is resemblance to a lot of the other fragrances, right? So before we get into the resemblance, let's understand in terms of scent profile, these are very good. In terms of the quality of material or ingredients, they sound good. And average performance, I've got about 4 hours easily. Okay, you can say about 3 hours on skin and about 4+ hours, roughly 4.5 hours time on apparel. Okay. So that is the kind of performance. Now, keeping that aside, now if you get into the notes of these particular fragrances, the first one is Surge, okay, which is this. And this has got notes of Calabrian bergamot, pink pepper, lavender, vetiver, and ambroxan. And the moment you hear this, it is very, very clear, or you kind of resonate with a particular fragrance. Let me give this a spray and immediately you kind of, recognize this. This has got DNA of the Deer Sauvage that we have. So luckily I have a decan, and in fact luckily I have decans of all of them, and we can figure out, right? So Deer Sauvage, now what you get is the Deer Sauvage is a little more lighter and a little more complex in the blend, and here you get the DNA of that, although you don't really get a very close, let's say 100% match or anything as such, but I would say they're very strongly inspired from Deer Sauvage. So you get at least about 85-90% match in the DNA profile. So it's got that nice pink pepper, it's got that herbaceous notes, it's got that green notes that the Sauvage fragrance has. So from that point of view, Surge is pretty good. If you like a Deer Sauvage DNA, you can definitely consider this in case of that. Like I said, the performance is also pretty decent. So this is Surge. The next one on the list is Elation. Now, Elation has got notes of bergamot, mandarin, geranium, bourbon, vetiver, musk, and they haven't mentioned the white flowers, but they have mentioned lotus. So the moment you put this on, you smell a lot of white florals, okay? And you can immediately kind of, recognize that you've smelled this fragrance somewhere. And yes, this resembles eZe Miyake, okay? So it's very close to this particular eZe Perfume of eZe Miyake. The only difference that I found is in eZe Miyake, when it opens up, there's a little bit of a citrusy note and then it transitions into the floral notes. Okay. I already sprayed eZe Miyake a few minutes back. And here I would say that Elation has got more white florals, it smells more jasmine, more lily of the valley, more white flower, theme. And again, the performance is good. It's very punchy. So that is something that I would have to say. Even Surge and Elation, they're very punchy when you put it on. It's not very light or mellow. They are loud when you spray them initially. And, that is something that definitely goes well for this particular fragrance, right? So yes, so Elation is basically inspired from eZe Miyake. When I say inspired, I would say it's leaning more towards the white floral notes. It's more white floral kind of a fragrance, whereas eZe Miyake is a little more on the citrusy sides, and then it transitions into white flowers, right? So this is Elation. So after Elation, you have Nomad, and the moment you spray on Nomad, you don't need a lot of signs. You just need, if you're into fragrances for some time, you would easily smell or recognize what this is. This has got notes of pineapple, bergamot, blackcurrant, and the rest you can easily figure out. So this is basically, Nomad is an inspiration of the Aventus Creed, or rather Creed Aventus. So what is different here, however, is while Creed Aventus, I do have the Uji here as well. So Creed Aventus is more stronger. The blend of pineapple and apple notes is added with the blackcurrant is very loud. It's very fruity. It's very punchy, and it lasts long. But this, on the other hand, is a little more lighter. It has got the DNA of Creed Aventus, but it isn't a very close clone or inspired version. I would say roughly about 70% at max is the DNA of it. But of course, if you're looking at a very basic DNA of Creed Aventus, then you can definitely consider this. But I would say that you can kind of skip this, because to a newbie or to somebody who's new to fragrances, maybe for them this would be a good scent profile. But somebody who's got experiences in fragrances might not be very taken by this as an inspiration or a great inspiration of Creed Aventus. It is inspired to some extent, but not entirely. And scent is good. Scent profile is good. Like I said, it's loud. It's got a good fixative, so it definitely sticks to your skin. So that way, it's pretty good. Nomad, which is an inspired version of Creed Aventus. The last one on the list is ID. Now, ID is the most popular, and if you look at the discovery pack again, let me open that for you. Notice the color of ID, which is this orange, and immediately you should be able to recognize what this is. Now, this is inspired from Bulgari Tiger, okay? And I would say that this is a good inspiration of that, in the sense to say it captures the DNA very well. It's a close to 90+% DNA of the Tiger. At the opening, you have that grapefruit vibe, you get that ginger bit, and something which is very good about this is that punch that you get when you put this on. So that punch is very, very nice, and you can't miss it. It's a very beautiful DNA. Of course, Tiger DNA is really, really popular among people who you like it as a summer fragrance. It can be all year round fragrance. So from that point of view, the signature scent profile is very good. So if you've been wanting to try, let's say Suaj, or let's say Bulgari Tiger, or let's say even eZe Miyake, I think these are good options. Okay, so definitely ID with the notes of grapefruit, woody, and all of that. It says grapefruit, woody notes, vetiver and lily. Like I said, it's got grapefruit, it's got ginger, it's got ambroxan and woody notes. So definitely this is inspired from the Tiger blend. If I were to pick my favorites from this, this would be my top pick. Okay, it's really a good inspiration of the Tiger DNA, and compared to all of them, this really performs also well in terms of the loudness that there is. Definitely, will be my first pick in the category of 4 fragrances that we have from the house of eZe. Okay, now in terms of pricing, this is 695 rupees for 30 ml and 1300 I think is for the 75 ml, 1395 if I'm not wrong. And this discovery pack can be got from Smitten for about 4 points, or you can buy it for about 400 plus rupees. So that way, this will give you a good idea of what kind of fragrances these are. So these are definitely inspired fragrances from these 4 that I mentioned. I'm not a professional, or I'm not an expert, but I can definitely tell you that with the kind of basic knowledge that I have, I can clearly say that this is well inspired from these fragrances. So the cost of acquisition of this discovery set is, like I said, 4 points from Smitten, and that's how I got this discovery set. And this is my review of these fragrances. So performance close to about 4 hours, scent profile good, quality of ingredients good, good fixative on the skin, so that means it lasts longer. When I say longer, it's definitely there for 3 to 4 hours time. When you compare this with a lot of the fragrances that are available in the market, which disappear in about 1 to 2 hours time, definitely they last a much longer time. So definitely yes. And packaging is very good. So though this is a discovery set, this comes this way, but the bigger bottles, they come in a very nice round circle shape, which is very beautiful, very creative, and that is really nice. So this is my review about the eZe 4 fragrances for men. If you like my content, please like and subscribe and share. And thank you for watching the Perfume Experience. Take care. Bye now.